What's up, everybody? So today we're back in the garage working on the Civic once again. Now it's been a little while since we did anything to this car, and my main goal with this car was kind of turn it into an OEM Plus style build it into like the Type R that I want it to be. But I had a company reach out to me, and rather than doing a delete plate for the radio, they sent me a double DIN radio, and not just any kind of double DIN, an oversized double DIN. So let's go ahead, open the box here, and show you guys what's inside. So now you guys can see the Idoing unit that we just got. This is a 9-inch OLED screen, full touchscreen. It's got Android Auto, CarPlay, all that good stuff. Comes with a new bezel surround here, so we can hook up our original components, our dash vents, our HVAC controls, and our other accessories down here. So this thing's pretty insane. Originally, like I said, I was just going to do a block-off plate to a typical Type R style build, but after I saw this thing and they hit me up about this, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to try this. It'll modernize the car a lot more, and it actually fills it in. I do not like the smaller double DINs that would just kind of fit in this space, so this is kind of nice having the oversized 9-inch unit. Now, as you guys can see here, everything else that is included with the kit, we've got the USB adapters and whatnot to like plug in iPhones or chargers or whatever. You can have the 4G adapter here as well, different auxiliary outputs and stuff. This looks like it's for like a backup camera, which we don't have the backup camera added for this one. Extension for the antenna, microphone. You can have the GPS units and all that stuff, and then also includes like these plastic trim tool kits. So everything should be here that we need, I think. So let's go ahead, jump into the Civic now. I'll show you guys the factory radio that's currently in there, and then we'll go through the steps on how to remove it. So as you guys can see here, this is the unit that is currently in the Civic. You can still see it's got the hazard button, the HVAC controls, different buttons and assemblies here, and it has the dash vents and stuff there. And then this, like I said, is our radio that we have. It's not in here the best. You guys can kind of see, yeah, that little trim plate comes off. It is kind of loose and wobbly, so whoever did this install didn't really do the best job. But we'll go ahead, remove this now, kind of compare the two, see if all the wiring and everything is correct that's behind here. I don't know if I need like an adapter harness. I don't know if there's one attached to this or if it's been spliced into. With any Honda Civic from this era, who knows what's been done to it. So we'll go ahead, remove this. I'll show you guys all the screws that are required to pop this thing out, because there does appear to be quite a few. So let's go ahead and pop this thing out. But before we go any further, we need to disconnect the battery. So first thing to remove this is there's 3 screws. So we have one here, and then there's one all the way back there. So we'll remove those 3 screws, pop out this lower trim panel, then there should be 2 screws underneath the radio there. So that should all pop out, and we'll move over to the glove box. So now we got those 2 out. It does appear that there is a screw here, and there's supposed to be one here, but it's missing on my car. So we'll go and pop this one out too. Now on the passenger side, you guys can see here, open the glove box. There's 2 little tabs on the inside here. We'll go and push the glove box in, and that should release them. So you guys can see there, that's dropped down. These are little tabs I'm talking about. And then as far as screws go, it looks like we have one here and then one up here. And then as far as that 12-volt outlet goes, it just slides off. So now that's out of the way, we should be able to access the few screws that are underneath here to pop out the radio bezel. Okay, so now we got those 4 screws out. This whole piece should pop out. So here it is. This is the radio bezel all pulled out here. Went ahead and slid it forward. Had to disconnect the antenna, the HVAC controls, and then the hazard light here. So all that disconnected allowed me to slide this completely forward and pop it out. So now let's go ahead and compare this to the Idoing unit that we got, just to see the differences. So now you guys can see the factory one versus the aftermarket one. Although we do have an aftermarket radio on this one, you guys can see just the whole assembly side by side. This is going to be awesome. Like I said, it's the OLED touchscreen, 9-inch display. This is awesome. We'll be able to have a nicer, more modern interior, similar to like the newer Type Rs. We already have like the push button start in the Civic currently, so I think this will play along nicely with that whole upgrade as well. But you guys can see, like I said, side by side, you can see here, it's got the same switch here. You'll just transfer it over there. We've got all the HVAC controls here, so we'll swap swap those over there. Then you have the additional buttons here and then the vents. So all those will go over there, and it'll be nice to upgrade this anyway, because as you can see here, mine has a little bit of crack here. So it's got a little bit of damage. It's not the best as far as the factory unit goes. And then as far as the backside of it, you guys can kind of see here, the radio isn't installed the best. There's supposed to be like some little tabs and stuff on the side here, which didn't get used. Thankfully though, they did use an aftermarket jumper harness, so they didn't cut into the factory harness, so that's awesome. And then when I was looking at this one, I didn't know if I needed a harness for this one, but it looks like the factory Honda Civic radio harness will plug into the back of this. So for right now, let's go ahead and transfer everything over. So like I said, all these controls here, the vents, we'll put in this and we'll get this thrown in the car. Everything is pretty much just held in by Phillips screws, so pretty easy. So as you guys can see there, I got these air vents out. Unfortunately, it looks like they've been broken before and somebody's gone through and super glued them together. So I don't know how well these will be able to be used, but we'll try to use them for now, and hopefully it holds up. This one doesn't seem to be as bad as this one. You guys can see all like the super glue and stuff around the edges, but it does seem to operate fine. It's just keeping it together. So we'll see if we can still use these, but yeah, let's go ahead and assemble the Idoing unit now.
A few moments later.
So hopefully you guys don't have that kind of struggle that I just had putting these two vents in. Like I said, these two are broken. Somebody had gone through, tried fixing them, and didn't really hold up. So I went ahead, repaired them a little bit more, got to fit in here properly. So now these are setting. All that's left to do now is to go ahead and add our buttons back in. So now you guys can see here, we've got everything all assembled back on this radio here. We've got the hazard button, the HVAC controls, the vents. Everything is now hooked up and ready to be installed in the car. And you don't need any special wiring to install this. It just plugs into the factory radio harness from the Civic itself. So no splicing or cutting or anything. It's just straight up plug and play. Now if we want to run any of this stuff, we can, but I'm probably not going to run 90% of it just because I don't think I need it. This thing already comes with the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that good stuff. So from Bluetooth, I'll be able to connect my phone to be able to run maps or music or whatever it may be. Plus, I can turn my phone into a hotspot to do any kind of online things that I want to do on there. But like I said, this kit does include all this stuff here for like the 4G, the GPS. It does have like these auxiliary pieces for the speakers, so you can run different speakers, subwoofers, all that good stuff. So fortunately in my car I don't have any of this stuff, so I won't be running any of this. And then this is like for the backup camera, which we don't have, so we're not going to run that. I may throw this in here just to be able to charge my phone. So it's a little USB adapter here, so we can plug in like a phone. This is just a single, and then you have here, which is a double, and then this is for extender for the antenna. I don't know if we'll need this one. The factory one might be able to reach and plug in, and then the aftermarket mic here, which I don't know if I'm necessarily going to need that. We could install that. It shouldn't be too difficult. You guys can see there, it just plugs in and then attaches to there, and then you mount this on like the A-pillar somewhere just to have it up and out of the way. But for now, I think we'll run the unit just as is without all these accessories besides maybe the USB adapter. So with that being said, let's go ahead, throw this in the car. So now you guys can see here, we have the antenna here. This is the radio harness, this little blue one here. Then you have the HVAC controls and the hazard switch there. So we'll go and plug this into the back of the radio. You guys can see here, the HVAC controls, the hazard one there. The blue plug will go right here in the back of the radio. I went ahead, plugged in this one here, which is the dual USB adapter, so we can go ahead and plug this in to charge our phones and whatnot. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to run this. I may run it through this section here and come to the glove box, or I could pop it out down below here, which would be a nice area just to have my phone setting and have it charging. But otherwise, everything else should be pretty much just straightforward and just be able to straight plug it all in. So let's go ahead and get this all hooked up. Okay, so I currently just have it sitting here in the dash. We still need to put in the 4 screws down there, the 2 on the sides, glove box back in, all the panels and stuff back together. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and test this out. So we'll plug the battery back in and then give this a test. Okay, so now let's go and test this thing out. We'll go ahead, start the car. I've got the push button start, so I'll have to scan the RFID chip here. Okay. Put in accessory mode. Hopefully the radio kicks on now. Oh yeah, that's sick. Yeah, that's cool. So let's go radio. That's so cool. We can scroll through all these. We'll have to set what we want it to be.
It's midnight, and guess what? We can use the mobile app. What? How much?
That's pretty loud. I'll have to go and plug my phone into this and play around with this, figure it all out. But yeah, this is cool. Navigation. Yeah, we don't have anything for this currently. It's not going to find a signal. Like I said, we'll have to connect my phone to this to be able to run it. But we'll go back home. I need to get rid of the beeping. The beeping's a little bit annoying. But it looks like we can connect our phone through here. Music. Looks like it's going to search for something. But like I said, we don't have any wireless or internet hooked up to this. So with that being said, let me go ahead and hook my phone to this and figure it all out. Yeah, we need to get rid of the beeping. There we go. That's better. So right there, keypad tone, shut that off. So now it's much nicer. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I'll hook my phone up to this, play around with it, and test it out, see how it is. But so far, this is awesome. And before we finalize this radio install, I want to go ahead and add these mounting brackets here to the side of the radio just to make it more secure. I also put on these plastic clips that's just transferred over from the old bezel, and then we modified the other side as well. You guys can see there it's slotted out, so it gives us a little bit more room to work with and make it mount. So you guys can see there, 2 screws are holding it in the bottom. So let's go and finish this up. So now you guys can see we got it all finished up, completed, installed. I got all the plastic pieces back in. I ended up routing in the USB hubs over here. So if you want to charge your phones, you can charge them over there. I may reroute them down to here. That way we have easier access to them. But as you can see, the screen is in here looking awesome. Like I said, it's a 9-inch OLED screen. So you guys may have heard there that little beep. Go ahead and rescan my RFID card and we'll go and turn it on so you guys can see everything. But yeah, turns on relatively quickly. You guys can see there the main dash here. We've got like our equalizer and stuff I already messed with, got that set to where I want it to be. But then you come over to here and you have the different apps and stuff that are on here. So connect to auxiliary to plug it in. But yeah, you have all this different stuff, Play Store, your settings, music player, YouTube, so we can even watch videos and stuff on here if we want. You can either connect to your phone's hotspot, or you can use the internet, the Wi-Fi in your house or whatever if you're just sitting in the garage like I currently am. So we can play around with that and stuff. But as far as everything else goes, you guys can see here, there's the CarLink 2.0. So if we click on that, it'll connect my phone. So we can go and set that up here and you guys can see it. So now you guys can see there, CarPlay is connected. You can see all the apps and stuff that are on my phone. At least the ones that it's currently showing on here. I believe we can add more and change it out. Not 100% sure. I'll have to play around with this even further, but we have at least our music and stuff attached to here. We have our GPS and stuff attached to here. So this is nice to be able to utilize this. Now we can go ahead, leave this. So we go back to here and it takes us back to our main page. Obviously, if you click home, it takes you here. So yeah, everything's pretty much set up. I'll go ahead and play some music for you guys. We'll find some copyright free stuff and let you guys be able to hear it, because it actually sounds really good in here now. The speakers and stuff are not like great speakers in here, but this thing amplifies it and makes it sound much cleaner, much more crisp. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so I think for music, we'll go into Bluetooth here, set on the radio mode. I found a copyright song free on YouTube, so this is usually what I use for my outros and my videos, but you guys can at least hear it. So the audio, we can adjust, we can turn it louder, quieter. Yeah, I'll play this just for a second so you guys can hear. Hopefully the camera picks it up. Yeah, we've got a lot more bass in here. It sounds much cleaner, much better. And then obviously having the full touchscreen here is awesome. So everything is here in nice, right in your face. Like I said, it's a full 9-inch OLED screen. So definitely modernizes the interior a lot nicer, and it's not just those little cheapy like 7-inch or 6-inch or whatever they are, just the little touchscreens. This is the nice full-size one, so it's very similar to like the newer Type Rs. Plus, we've already updated the interior a little bit with the push-button start. So the interior coming together. This radio, very cool. Like it a lot. Definitely gonna take me a little bit getting used to it. I'll have to figure out all the other details and stuff, play around with it, and figure it all out. But yeah, so far it's awesome. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you guys this too. Go here. Switch your normal garage. Newest video. So there you guys have it. We got the Idoing head unit all installed, and so far I gotta say it's awesome. I'm definitely have to play around with it a little bit more just to learn all the features, all the ins and outs and stuff, but right now it is awesome. It's gonna be really nice to have during the summertime when we are driving around, having all the music capabilities, connecting with my phone and whatnot, and just being able to play around with that and having the GPS to see exactly where you wanna go or where you currently are. So that is awesome. If you guys are interested in this unit, I'll be sure to link it down in the description below. Everything was just straight up plug and play, no issues, no problems with it whatsoever. My only gripe is just the mounting brackets. As you guys saw, it has the clips that go around the outside, and that seems to be what they want you to mount it with, but I'd prefer to have it more securely. So as you guys saw, I took those brackets, modified them a little bit, mounted it to the radio, and then mounted it to the inner skeleton works of the dash itself. But other than that, it's an awesome unit. So that being said, we're gonna go ahead and end the video here. If you guys like this video, make sure to big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll have plenty more stuff coming for the Civic, maybe some stuff for the Subaru, the Impreza, and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.